These air units are pretty tough. I mean, it takes a lot. It takes quite a few bombing runs on them because they're made for that. You know, they're made for air defense, so they're more resistant. But I'll wear them down eventually. This guy's gone in the next turn. He does have one aircraft here, what kind of worries me. It could be a nuclear bomb. I'm not sure if nuclear bombs show up as aircraft like that. I'm pretty sure they do. And I know China had the capability. I know they built the Manhattan Project a while back, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I haven't played this. I hadn't played this through. I planned it out pretty thoroughly, but I hadn't played it through. Actually, this is a game that I came back to. I played this one, and then I started another game, and then another game, and another game. I forgot all about this game state, and I'm just now coming back to this one, just because I want to have a victory for China. I mean, for England. I haven't won with her yet. Now, I don't think I've won on an archipelago map yet either, so I'm kind of hesitant to wear these units down here on Takaza because they're getting attacked by Songhai, and he may be able to, if I wear him down too much, he may be able to bring his forces and conquer that city before I can get to it, before I can bring my land units across. But I'll see. I'll maybe work down a few of them and leave a couple for him to fight with. And then I'll bomb them on the next turn. This let's see. Here's it's interesting how retarded the civs fight war. You know, I mean, you have all these Navy units here from Songhai, and yet he embarks his mobile SAM like it ain't nothing. You know, it just things like that. You know, is why you can really annihilate your computer opponents. I mean, fighting online multiplayer, you know, it's a whole different ball game. I mean, you really have to think your war strategy out. But fighting against the computer, I mean, it's pretty simple usually. I mean, the main problem is it's just getting enough forces, getting your forces built up, because like on the higher difficulties, you know, they get bonuses. Sometimes it's hard for you to compete with them as far as the sheer number of units that they have. A map like this, it's really easy to defend yourself because all you have to do is just get a decent sized navy, and they're dumb enough to embark their units and try to attack you, and you can just pick them off. I mean, it's simple. But like on some of the other maps like Continents and Pangea, those are really tough to defend yourself. Especially, you know, I mean, I've had games where I was attacked by literally everybody in the game at the same time. I mean, every city-state and every civ in the game attacked me at the same time. And there's just, maybe if I had like one island and like a huge navy, I could defend myself against something like that. But I can't. There's just no way you can defend yourself against 6 civs and like 12 city-states all at the same time attacking you. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some of the better players can. I can't. I mean, especially if they're technologically superior to you, and then maybe they have aircraft and you don't, and things like that. And they just bomb you until you're just a shell of yourself. That's actually happened to me, and it's really not fun. I ended up quitting that game. I rarely quit games, you know, but that was one that I just really felt like it was just unfair. I mean, I'd played the game. I hadn't played really aggressive. I'd been trading with everybody, and a lot of them were on friendly terms with me. And all of a sudden, they just decided to declare on me. That just really upset me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was kind of cowardly to back out, but I just know there was no way for me to win. I mean, my borders were, I could handle at most 3 civs at the same time, a couple city-states, but I cannot handle 6. From every side, all at the same time. It's just, for me, it's impossible. Maybe some of the better players can do that, but I can't, you know. Well, that's just my defense. Well, that's just the demographics of the game, you know, the way your cities are or were founded. Kind of gives you an edge, a defensive edge, like maybe you have mountains or things like that. But I did not in that game. My borders were pretty indefensible, and I ended up quitting the game. So one of the rare occasions. I just felt like it was just unfair, The whole world just decided to declare on me. I mean, I wasn't exactly the weakest. I wasn't among the strongest, but I wasn't the weakest this time as far as militarily. I know that if you're really weak, they'll declare on you, but I can't remember what kind of victory I was pushing for at the time. I might have been pushing for a science victory, and it just wasn't going very well for me, so apologize for the long bombings. I think I'm going to have to, after this bomb run, I'm going to have to, hopefully in this episode you'll see me actually invading them, so let's move on. First off, I'm going to take care of some of these Navy units before I forget about them and they end up sinking one of my carriers or something, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of these guys. Not sure about I know submarines are pretty weak defensively, so one shelling should do it. Yeah, I did. Does he have any over here? Let me move this battleship a little closer. No, he does not. And he is going to get annihilated by Songhai if I don't move over there quickly. I think I do have a few more bombers left, so I will use them to finish off his remaining forces. I'll leave that one and that one just because I want Songhai to have a little something to fight before he can actually attack that city. And I'll probably just move across and take this one first. I really would appreciate some strategy tips for some of you more experienced players. Maybe tell me what I'm doing wrong, what I should be doing, things like that. I know I don't have a perfect strategy. Nobody really does. I mean, it's just kind of you learn as you go with Civ. I played Civilization 4, and I haven't really played Civilization 5 that much, and obviously, it's a totally different war strategy than before. I mean, before it was just everybody knows the stack of doom that you could use. I think I'll just wait. I'll wait on and won't bomb anything else over here until after. Actually, I'll just hold off on this bomber altogether and use it. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something about these destroyers. Before I move my land units across. Easy. Easier than I thought. I'm actually at war with a lot of these city-states. Already, Kuala Lumpur, whatever. Here, I'm at war with them. So I really don't want to get too close, so they can fire me from the city. And actually what I did was, before I declared on China, I gifted a bunch of units to my allied city-states that way, because I knew they were going to have some problems here from either from China or from these two city-states which were fighting with me also. So I gifted them a bunch of units. I think I gifted Florence like maybe, I don't know, a couple destroyers and something else. And I got my other unit over there. I'll show you here in a minute. Also, here in the, where's this city-state? Venice, I gave them a bunch of land units, so hopefully they'll conquer Belgrade. Might have given them a destroyer too. Hopefully they'll conquer Belgrade and give me some of their gold. I'm greedy. This guy, I'll just use him to take this poor defenseless Chinese sap that just decided to embark for no reason. Okay, I think it's time to start moving my land forces across. Yeah, I do have some in the ocean already, so I'll use him here maybe. Let's see how far I can move. Move him here. Okay, yeah. These giant death bots are just awesome. If you can build giant death bots and you've got enough uranium, then do it. Right now, the reason why I was able to build so many atomic bombs, and I neglected to show you, I actually have a bunch of nuclear bombs here. I mean, I had a total of like maybe 12 altogether, and I've got a bunch of giant death bots. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 death bots, and they also take uranium. So I'm doing the total war. I think I have the total war social policy right now. And it gives you, for 20 turns, all military units receive 33% attack bonus, plus all your production is set toward warfaring. So it's a perfect, for this type of situation, it's a perfect social policy. I'm going to move this one over here to kind of deal with this clown. If he decides, he might have more destroyers. I haven't explored up through here, so there is a possibility that he could like show up with a whole fleet of destroyers and I haven't seen. So you kind of have to be cautious sometimes. I'm going to also start moving these across. Maybe embark this one here, and this. It probably should. It'll only take like maybe 1 death bot per city with these. I really was not expecting it to be so easy. It's been a lot easier than what I anticipated. They're just not really giving me much of a fight. I mean, yeah, sure, they haven't had their turn yet, but look at their forces. They're gone. He has like, I left these just because I didn't want them to be conquered so easily by Songhai, but other than that, their forces were just gone. I'm going to move my destroyers out of the way. Hopefully he won't have a nuclear weapon in his city there. In that one city that I couldn't nuke because I didn't want to start a war with. Okay, so yeah, he's moving his, you can see he's moving his forces across. He was planning some kind of an attack. Yeah, he's gonna be, hopefully he'll give me more of a fight than China has. Okay, review in the water. That's why it's a good idea to have a good navy to support your land units when you're moving across the ocean like this, because they are defenseless, and I'm not as dumb as they are. You know, I like to have protect my units. I mean, these things are not cheap to build a lot of times, and